So one of the most fun things about the Super Smash Bros. Series is speculating on which characters will be joining the roster next. Now, no matter where they come from, right? Whether it's the next big AAA mega third-party superstar, that everyone's clamoring for, or whether it's the next in line for the first-party characters finally getting their shot at the roster, or maybe even now we start discussing a little bit more in detail about indie darlings and characters such as Hat Kid would come to mind for several people. So that is the character that we are going to talk about today, because let's face it, the game, A Hat in Time, it's a very well made game. It oozes personality and has a cute little charm to it. So now that we're settled on talking about Hat Kid for the day, I think we should throw on our creative hat and zoom into it already. Kicking things off, as always, with good old neutral special, we got the projectile badge. So you can guess what this move might be? Yeah, projectile. Yeah, nailed that one. So here's how it works. Hat Kid, she will end up holding her umbrella outwards, and then it fires off this huge beam, dealing big damage the longer you hold the neutral button. So you can fire it off, by pressing the button quickly, and it does, damage, but if you hold, charge it, it will do even more damage. So maybe in a way think Samus's neutral special, but this time you can actually charge it. So, you actually have to maybe press and hold the neutral special button, but I think you guys get it, right? It'd be a fun little idea. It adds pretty good range and, great KO potential. So, projectile badge we got for good old neutral special. Moving to side special, Hat Kid herself, she's got this little scooter, so we gotta throw that in there somewhere, right? The scooter badge side special. So for this move, Hat Kid, she will, jump onto her trusty scooter and, pretty much ride left or right, depending on the side that you're facing, or, the side that you're controlling, whatever, right? And plus, of course, you could switch directions. So this move might sound somewhat familiar to something we have in the game already, and this, of course, is Wario's bike. So we could to make it a little bit different than Wario's bike, I suppose. Maybe the scooter could be a little bit lighter, so it could travel faster than Wario's bike, but maybe it also gets destroyed a little bit more easily than Wario's bike. But it's just something to kind of consider. It's something that she uses quite a bit in her game, so I figured somewhere in the moveset, side special in this case, makes a lot of sense. Now, up special, what could she do for recovery? Well, we're gonna hook on over to the trusty hook shot badge. So Hat Kid relies on this hook shot to, latch onto the edge of a stage, or these floating rings in her game. So that's kind of how I imagine this. It's going to be a tether type grab, or tether type recovery. So it's going to have pretty good range to it. This is, like I said, obviously a tether recovery because, Stone Cold said so, if you're going to ask him. But it's a pretty simple idea, hook shot badge. Plus, if you really wanted to, you could get it involved in her grab as well. So, but hook shot badge, up special, recovery, just, makes way too much sense. Now for the down special, we're going with the brewing hat. Now this move could be kind of fun. So the move itself will have Hat Kid kind of brew up one of these exploding concoctions that will end up, exploding on impact. Wow, very descriptive there. But basically one of these little potions she brews up, throws it out towards enemies. If it hits the enemy, it explodes and deals damage. If it hits, the stage, it will, still explode, but maybe it could have a splash damage type effect. So if you're still somewhat close to the explosion, you'll take a little bit of damage, maybe a little bit of knockback. The opponent would, I should say. So brewing hat would be really fun. Plus, like I said, it could have a little shockwave after the explosion that could deal a little bit less damage and a little less knockback as well. So I kind of find this a little similar to maybe say Inkling's Inknade for comparison there a little bit. But given the added shockwave type effects, could be a lot fun, and just some more projectiles to kind of throw around to mix up on your opponent could really spice things up for the moveset. Now moving on to forward air, this one is, well, I'm calling it like an air dash, and I think this could be really fun and unique and different. Now, unless I'm forgetting something, and that's possible, this could be the very first actual moving forward air. I know, like, what I mean by that is, you see the little clip, Hat Kid dashes forward in the air. So what if during the forward air, she actually lunges forward to, she covers quite a bit of distance. It's not just like swinging a sword, or, just extending an arm out. No, she actually will move from the spot you activate the move to, say, 2 character lengths away, forward. So it's kind of, it could be an interesting idea. Plus, it's kind of like her trademark air dash, which she does in the game all the time. So it gives her great range to her air attack, making it possible to, maybe follow up with a combo late stock, so you kind of go, as an example, you could do like maybe a throw combo, and then, I don't know, forward air ends up finishing it off, just dealing a little bit more damage. So it's a way for her to somewhat kind of chase after an opponent, right? Like, okay, you're gonna get sent flying, well, I can get one more shot in here in the air because of the way that this move works, the range that this gives me in the air. So it could kind of set her apart from pretty much everything else. Now for down air, I'll be honest, I had something completely different for this, but I thought this would be kind of an interesting idea. So down air, I'm going with the ice hat, where she kind of jumps off of like this ice block, but basically she's a giant frozen ice block. That's what this is. But the move itself, Hat Kid turns into a frozen solid block of ice and will fall straight down. And I have this as down air, but think of it very similar to Kirby's down special, right? Or maybe Steve's anvil. Steve Anvil, his anvil, that's down air. So it's kind of the same idea. Very heavy hitting move. It's something that you can use to help you land safely, and that just helps. But maybe she stays kind of like similar to Kirby's down special, where he stays in the whatever the thing that he transforms into. Maybe Hat Kid stays in the frozen block of ice, and then you have to press any button to kind of break out of it and get free roam again. So it's kind of a interesting idea to mix it up a little bit. A move that deals pretty good damage. It could be a fun way to sort of ledge guard a little bit, and just a safe way to land. So pretty solid move here. Moving on to the spirit portion now, and as with pretty much every spirit board, it's the most common type of enemies. You're going to have probably the big bad villain for the Legend Spirit, which I have Mustache Girl for my Legend Spirit here. We do got the Mafia Boss. I have him as an ace, so just kind of, things that you do find in the Hat in Time game. You're just pretty much going to expect that to be, well, spirits, but a couple of the other ones. You got Bo Kid, you got the Conductor, DJ Grooves maybe, got the Badge Seller, and I don't know, Mafia Goons in there for a novice spirit, just a couple little evil henchmen, kind of henchmen that are just kind of running around, nothing too crazy, because again, novice spirit, they're just common enemies. But spirit board, like I said, spirits are always based around the main things from the game that they come from. So in this case, I think this is a pretty solid spirit board. Again, if I'm missing anything that you think should be here, feel free to say, yeah, that should be there instead. Again, this is just meant to be a mock-up of what could come with Hat Kid. So, that's pretty much it for the spirit board. So, we only got one thing left to talk about, and that's the stage. And the stage that I have chosen, I think this would be a pretty common pick, but it is called Mafia Town. Now, this fits pretty perfectly for a fly-through type of stage, kind of like how Hero kind of had that for his stage, right? They fly through the entire stage, but you're on like a platform, and you're on a main platform with one or two littler platforms, and then just kind of get a really cool, good scenery view. Exploring the whole town. So I think that's a good way that this stage could end up working. You get the main platform and one or two mini platforms, and it kind of flies through Mafia Town, visiting different parts. Maybe starting with the cobblestone road, and then you could like move over to the boating dock area. Maybe even it puts some water in there to mix up the stage. I know it probably wouldn't be a pick for a competitive type stage, but for a fun stage, mixing it up a little bit, get some water in there, and then it could I don't know, fly over to the construction crane, and the crane could be lifting or lowering a platform or something. So kind of a fun idea for a stage. Yeah, but that's all I got for this one today, Hat Kid from A Hat in Time. There's a lot of great potential here. All these different types of badges, and there's several that I didn't even cover that would still fit very well for the rest of the move set. But yeah, I think for what I had here, a lot of it was pretty good. But again, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What would you add? Would you take anything away? I don't think I'd take anything away from this, but yeah, either way, just let me know what you guys think about this one. Hat Kid from A Hat in Time. That could be her potential Smash Bros. DLC, I guess, pack, if she was a DLC character in Fighters Pass 2. But yeah, that is going to be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed as always. And I guess I'll see you when I'm looking at you.